Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh,
God! Chubs gone wild.
Oh my stars! Jingle bells, jingle bells.
That's a Thanksgiving song. You can't.
That's true. I heard that recently. Was it you that told me that?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, let's take that again. Uh, Here comes Santa Claus. Oh, no. Isn't there one that's just like today is Christmas?
Christmas time is here.
Happiness and cheers.
Joyful, all what children call their favorite time of year.
Oh, Snoopy and Peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That I love that. See, I whenever I think of that, I'm always like
Yeah, it's yeah, my favorite version of that is, I think it was Patty Austin that sang that.
I'll have to check that out because the
Yeah,
only version I've really ever heard was the one from the show.
oh
And
my
that one
God.
I was like, for years I didn't know what the hell they were saying. I just thought they're like, what? So yeah. Okay, well, anyway, hi, welcome to Chubs Gone Wild. It is the Christmas edition. It is Christmas Day. And we are so dedicated. We so love all of you that we have set aside time on this very special day so that we could record Chubs Gone Wild episode 524, recorded on December 25th, 2023, where it is 57 degrees and yeah, cloudy outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios, where it
Not
is
at my
Christmas
place.
Day. What's that?
I got sun on my face.
That's true. You do. You
Yeah.
got the sun on your face. I
But
was like,
did you hear that? This is Chubb's Gone Wild 524 on
uh-huh.
December 25th, 2023.
Yeah, a lot of 20 somethings in there.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
23, 24, and 25. The Siri told me that it was supposed to be cloudy today, and I was like looking outside going, it doesn't look cloudy.
It was overcast from fog earlier, so that may be what they were talking about.
Maybe. It's still kind of overcast out here, but
Oh,
very clearly where you are, it is sunny.
I'm like a mile away from you. How does that happen?
I don't know. Weather is neat.
No,
So
the weather outside is frightful.
oh no, isn't that the bad song? Oh, the weather
No,
outside is bright. Okay, that's not it.
no, that's
Aren't there
really
just
should
like
go, baby, it's cold
that's
outside.
true? Aren't there only like 12 like Christmas carols really? 8, 12.
No, you're getting that from the Santa Claus thing on South Park, where Jesus and Santa Claus were singing songs about themselves,
Oh,
and Santa goes, "There's only like 3 or 4, maybe 7 songs that have Santa in it, and every other fucking song has Jesus in it." And so, yeah, that was
okay.
yeah.
Well, it is Christmas Day, and it is one day till Kwanzaa, 7 until New Year's. 2024, here it comes. And all over your face. Oh, and it's also 311 days until Halloween. So only 9 months before we can start everything all over again.
9 months. What do you mean? Every
Well,
day is Christmas for me.
oh, that is so sweet. That's like if ever there was someone alive who kept Halloween in their heart. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk real quick about Patreon, which offers folks a way to support creators and receive awards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons and wish them happy holidays. Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the universe. Eric, Sean, Kingsley, Brother Sinatus, Phoenix Dave, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame if you would like to support our work for as little as $1 a month. And don't forget, you can still get the yes, audiobook version of the fortune cookie over at audible.com, or you can just go over to Amazon and it will let you get it from there as well. Narrated by the amazing Gary Messick, and of course written by the amazing me. Yay! All right. Hey, let's take a deep breath. Cleanse. Breathe out the bad. Excuse me. Today, I bless and love everyone that I meet. We are all one. Oh, that's a very nice sentiment. Days I feel bloated enough that we could all be one, but other than that.
Well, it was weird. I was cutting the hedge this morning and
Oh, what's that?
in the front yard, the hedge.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant something else. Never mind.
Yeah. And the neighbor who we've only like waved at since they moved in a couple of years ago, we started talking and she brought me over champagne.
Wow.
No, it
That
was
was
very,
nice and nice
very
neighbor.
weird. Well, they're the only other Tesla on the block. They're right across the street.
Oh, now is that the one that has like all the nice like left wing stuff
No,
outside their house?
no, that's the one next door to that.
Oh, okay.
But these people have they have some younger kids and they took their front yard and made it into like a playground. It's really cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've lived here going about 13 years, and we have never really been close to our neighbors until like just the last few. And so we got cookies from one neighbor, we got candy from another neighbor, and we got last night. Didn't know what to cook for dinner, and our other neighbor brought us over like big thick slices of roast brisket something, and like little salad, and like it was really nice. And believe me, Kaya and I made short work of those. And I mean, it was meat. It was big meat. It was good. So there we go. All right. All right. Well, let's see here.
So what you're saying is you made short work of a big piece of meat.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I choked that down with no resolve. All right. This day in history. It was the Christmas truce of 1914. Just after midnight on Christmas morning, the majority of German troops engaged in World War I ceased firing their guns and artillery, and commenced to sing Christmas carols. At certain points along the eastern and western fronts, the soldiers of Russia, France, and Britain even heard brass bands joining the Germans in their joyous singing. At the first light of dawn, many of the German soldiers emerged from their troops and approached
Trenches.
what? Oh, trenches. Okay. And approached the Allied lines along no man's land, calling out Merry Christmas in their enemies' native tongues. At first, the Allied soldiers feared it was a trick, but seeing the Germans unarmed, they climbed out of their trenches and shook hands with the enemy soldiers. The men exchanged presents of cigarettes and plum puddings and sang Christmas carols and songs. And there was even a documented case of soldiers from opposing sides playing a good-natured game of soccer. And then sadly, the next day they all killed each other. So, womp. But that still stands out as one of those stories.
Well, we don't know that part. You just said that. Now everyone's thinking, oh, that's horrible. They all were dead. We don't know that.
Well, that's true. They yeah.
I
But
mean, maybe because of their goodwill, they all survived and there was no more war.
that would be very lovely if that happened. But yeah, 1914, World War One. Yeah, so there we go. But World War II was worse. Yeesh. Okay, so today, let's see if we celebrate any holidays. It's Christmas Day.
I did it. I did it. I
Yeah,
celebrated
yeah,
it.
we're gonna do that in about an hour. Let's see. National Kiss the Cook. That is Cook Day. Kiss the Cook. Um, no, nobody's kissed me. National Pumpkin Pie Day. Well, that is lovely, but I cooked a cherry pie today. And well, and then one of our dear friends, Mr. Clint, brought over an eggnog pie, and we'll see how that goes. Uh, Also, it's Noel Day. Get it? Noel Day.
Well, that's what the elf's name was that you hated on the Santa Claus was Noel. Maybe
Oh,
they,
that's right.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe it was
No,
Noel, but it's spelled Noel.
that makes sense. Yeah.
No wonder
Well,
you hated it.
uh, and that's the thing is that during the last couple episodes, I didn't hate him. I thought his acting got much better. But yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
it was also he was back with the girl again.
that's true. She was a real powerhouse. She was good during that show.
Yeah, but can she sing Sondheim? That's the question.
I don't know. I can. Sondheim. There, I did. All right, happy birthday today to David, Stephen, and Matthew from the
Wait, that was all the holidays?
culture. Yeah,
Oh,
that was it. It was just like
I
they're
mean,
like, hey, it's Christmas. Don't put any other holidays on
yeah, because usually it's
today.
like dim sum day or
Yeah,
get a new box of Kleenex day,
yeah. Nope.
weird.
All right, upcoming birthdays. We have Princess Penelope. Okay, dokie. Happy birthday to her. Also to Caps, Mark, Susan, Gary Andrews, formerly of the Cocktails and Cream Puffs podcast.
Wait, is that forwards?
It is. I'm glad you remembered. Sweet Gary Andrews, very hot Gary Andrews. Anyway, moving on. It is also Tim from the Tastes Like Burning podcast. And happy birthday to him. Also to movie maker Mikey. And we've got Jacqueline, Kelly, Tracy, Bear, David. Oh, sweet David from my raid team. We've also got Chris, Eric, DeAndre, and we've got Carlos, Paul, her, never mind, Sage, and Joey Boohacker, also from the Cocktails and Cream Puffs podcast, which is forward.
Oh, I'm not going to keep doing this.
Oh,
You get it once a show.
okay, there we go. Well, okay. I guess we've done that. So moving on. John Boy, John Boy, you take that moonshine out of here. Mama, it's eggnog. Oh, those
Boy, are
little
you been up there jacking off? And
John Boy, what you doing up there with
the
your
walls are thin as tissue paper, and we can hear everything you're doing.
Mama? Why is your voice so deep? You sound like you've been smoking for the last 30 years. Shut up, John Boy. All right. Yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, well, let's see, nothing in our feedback, so it's time for Chub Hugs. And I just think I want to thank everybody and send a Chub Hug to everybody who sent me a card or a little gifty or
Thank
anything
you.
this year. And this is the first year that I remember in a long, long time that you sent out cards. So you get a big Chub Hug out for that. Thank you. And the beautiful cupcakes that you brought over. Those gingerbread cupcakes, those were wonderful. We loved them.
Yeah, they were yummy.
They really were. How about you?
What?
Hugs.
Oh, Well, just basically anybody that well, kind of anybody that needs a hug, you know.
Yeah,
It's weird because I don't usually, I mean, I don't usually have bad Christmases, you
right.
know, but I have in the past, you know,
Hmm.
where I was disappointed or something terrible had happened, and sometimes you just need that hug. So if you
Yes,
need it, it's there for you.
that is true. And that is very important. And then we have to remember that we're very fortunate to have people that we care about around us on this day.
And a roof over our head and
Yeah.
85-inch TV ready to put up tomorrow.
Well, some of us do. Some of us have to be old school with our 51 or 2 inch. So,
Oh,
all right.
wait, now you're just making me sad. I need
I
that hug.
know,
I
but
need that hug now. Okay.
okay. Well, celebrity deaths. Sadly, there were some celebrity deaths this past week, including stand-up comedian Neil Nanda, who died yesterday at the age of 32. The cause of his death was not revealed. Bobby Jean Carter, sister of Nick and Aaron Carter, died on the 23rd in Florida at age 41.
They are not having a good um
No.
what do you call it? Decade.
Yeah, the poor family.
Yeah.
Mike Nussbaum, a veteran Chicago stage actor who had roles in several films, died on the 23rd at age 99. Laura Lynch, a founding member of the beloved country band The Chicks, died in a car accident on the 22nd in West Texas. Jim Ladd, the Los Angeles radio icon who went on to champion rock music on Sirius XM's Deep Tracks for over a decade, died on the 17th at age 75 from a heart attack. James McCaffrey, the actor known for voicing the titular Max Payne across the hit video game trilogy, died on December 19th at the age of 65 after a battle with cancer. So, wish them well in their next journey. All right. News, celebrity news. Last Christmas by Wham, the duo formed by George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley, has been named the top song of the official charts Christmas list by BBC Radio 1.
And if you watch uh the Love, what is it?
Love
Love
Actually.
Actually, you know that that's a big deal.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. 40 years, I think, after it hit number one the first time. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, top of our chart once again is Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Wee. I
But
guess
you
you
know what? You know what's
like
really weird? Again, in the top five is Burl Ives' "Holly Jolly Christmas,"
that.
and
Well,
and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer soundtrack is in the top 10.
it
Again,
is. Wow.
again,
Well,
it's so weird.
timeless. Yeah.
It's just,
Mm,
yeah, just I
yeah.
can't imagine. Well, maybe people are watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and checking iTunes and going, "Oh, it is available."
Yeah. Mm,
Oh no, it's so weird. So weird.
uh,
And
uh,
that's 60 years old.
yes. Yeah. Older than I am. Completing the cycle from book to movie to musical to movie musical, The Color Purple lands on screen with its vibrant colors intact, opening up the musical numbers for the screen and showcasing the sensational cast spanning decades. The film version of the Broadway stage production improves in key aspects on the Oscar-winning original movie. So that's good.
Oscar nominated.
Oscar nominated. Yeah.
Yeah, which is something that still irks me that Out of Africa won all the Oscars, and The Color Purple got nothing.
And yeah.
Nothing. And we know why.
Yep, exactly. Especially for that time period, we know why.
Yeah, and I mean, not even, I mean, because it was the cinematography that really pissed me off.
Mm.
Out of Africa had these scenes that were flying over the African landscape and birds flying up, and it was really gorgeous. But the guy gets up there and when he won the award, he goes, "Well, I want to thank my my what do they call the guys that do all the other shots that the cinematography, where you don't."
Director of photography. I don't know.
No, no. Well, it's a separate unit that goes out and films
Mm.
like cover shots and just things that you don't, where Meryl Streep and Robert Redford aren't in the pictures. They go out and shoot those things. And and he goes, I want to thank that guy because this is probably why I won this award.
Uh-huh.
Because and it's true. But The Color Purple had all those amazing scenes like running through the flowers and
Yes.
just, I mean, when I think of The Color Purple, I remember the cinematography as much as I remember anything in that show. So
Yeah.
that was the one. I mean, I figured, well, if it wins cinematography, then there is a God, that at least there's that. And then they didn't win that either. And I'm just like, okay, this is bullshit, man. Fuck
Yeah.
the bullshit.
My mom and I watched that movie. I think I was about 16 at the time. And my mom and I watched that movie over and over and over. It still is pretty much one of my favorite movies because it's just so perfectly done, every aspect of it.
Now,
So
are you going to go see it at the
I
theater?
don't know if I'll see it in the theater because I really don't have anyone to go with unless Heather decides that she wants to go. But I would like to.
Yeah, because it's got quite a few members of the original cast from the Broadway show.
Mm.
Because Fantasia was on in the Broadway show, as well as God, I can never remember her name. She was one of she was the girl in um Orange is the New Black that locked herself up in the main office.
I stopped watching after
Oh,
season
okay,
one.
yeah, yeah. She was one of the main characters, really good, and she's playing Oprah's part in the show,
Mm.
and they're talking about her being up for Best Actress, Supporting Actress, because it is one of the best roles. So, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping Fantasia gets a nomination because I would love to have another American Idol person, at least
Oh,
get a
definitely.
nomination. Yeah. So.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Next up, with a bit more than 2 weeks remaining before the event, comedian Joe Coy has been selected as the host of the 81st Annual Golden Globes Awards show. I don't know who that is, but
Oh, he's a Filipino comic,
cool.
and
I saw he had some stuff on Netflix. So,
yeah, he's got specials. I first saw him on Chelsea Handler when this is before she actually dated him. And what
ah,
was funny was she always on the show she always claimed he was gay, and then ended up dating
okay.
him for a while. But it was always funny because she goes, "Well, it's obvious that you're gay." He goes, "I'm not gay," and she's going, "It doesn't matter because you might as well just be gay. It doesn't matter." And he's like, "Ah." And to the point of where he was getting a gay following because they thought he was gay, and ultimately he was. So,
Uh,
but he's very funny guy. I didn't like his special very much, but it's funny. He plays to um uh like arenas. Like
really?
he came in and did the Golden One here, which is 20,000 seats,
Mm,
where Bert Chrysler, who's like at the top of his game, did
mhm.
did the Memorial Auditorium, which was, I think, 1,000 seats or 2,000 seats.
Wow.
It's just weird that Joe Coy can sell 20,000 seats.
Yeah.
But
I don't
I
even know
guess
who he is.
you get a lot of Filipino. When you're one of the few Filipino comics, you get all the Filipinos want to go out and see him when he comes into town. And I get that. I
Oh,
think
of
that's great.
course.
As Gabriel Iglesias, he does really well because he gets the
Yes.
Hispanic market comes in as well as the non-Hispanic. But
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean that's what it's all about. It's like, if you're selling a gay show, you want the gay people to show up, but you also want the other people to show up too.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah. So
All right.
anyway, yeah.
Well, now Tom wants to talk to you about.
Okay. Let's see. We'll start with now, have you caught up on Survivor?
No,
Uh,
but go ahead.
um, okay. Well, they got down to the final three, and it was D and the guy with the hair. I can't remember his name, and Jake, who was the
Oh, Jake. Yeah.
Jake, is Jake gay?
I don't know. I thought that he mentioned a girlfriend or something, but
Well, it's weird because I saw a thing online where it was either Twitter or Facebook, where both him and the guy with the hair, who I can't remember his name. Anyway, they were out together, and they both said nervous on a first date.
oh,
So I don't know if that was just to be weird and funny or
uh,
true. I don't know, but
huh.
I was happy if that were true, though. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't mind that.
no, I like
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah. So anyway, and then but the girl ended up winning.
Oh, okay. Womp womp.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I mean, honestly, as much as I like Jake, I mean, he was just kind of drug along.
Oh yeah, he got no votes.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see, on Frasier, the last show, which by the way takes place on Christmas Eve, um, included Roz showing up from the old Frasier.
Oh,
So it's a sweet episode where uh, the girl who has the baby is homesick across the way, and
mm,
Frasier's having a big New Year's Christmas Eve party, and the son has to go back between the two of them. And then what happens is the he when he's in with Frasier, he pulls somebody and says, "Oh, go take care of her. Spend some time with her until I get back." And then before too long, Frasier walks out and everyone's gone from his party and they're all over at the girl's house. So,
uh,
oh, and then my favorite part was they had a goose that was being delivered for the party, and so of course when they get there, when the goose gets there, it's alive. So
whoa. Oh,
Frasier. The whole thing was a disaster, but it was very funny episode.
sounds like it. You know, I was disappointed to hear that Frasier is a crazy Republican.
Oh yeah,
I did not know that.
um, just walk on by. Walk on
Yeah,
by. At least he's not that bitch from Everyone Loves Raymond. Patricia
Patricia Keaton.
yeah. Now she is a nutbag.
Or Roseanne, that poor thing.
Well, yeah, she's just crazy though.
Yeah.
Oh, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We just had the end of season 7, I think it was. And what happens is they go to their class reunion, and we find out that Mac uh, is his real name is Ronald McDonald. And so when he got his name tag, he's like, "I'm not wearing my name tag," and he puts it on. It says Ronald McDonald, and they go, "Oh, that's right, your name's Ronald McDonald. I keep forgetting that." Um, and so that was pretty funny. And then Dee tries to get involved with all the the popular kids. So she's when she was in high school, she had a back brace, so they called her the metal monster, and now she's beautiful, and now she's hating on all the ugly people, and it's really they're horrible people.
Uh-huh.
They're horrible people. But it's kind of like watching a car crash. You can't turn away. Mass Singer. We finished up the Mass Singer this week. And I cannot remember who they all were. I didn't write it all down. I wrote down Macy Gray was one of them that they unmasked. Uh, Jillian from Pretty Little Liars. I don't know who she is.
Mhm.
Um, and then it was John Schneider uh
Oh,
from Dukes of Hazzard. And
God.
by the way, the next I was like, oh, it was so good to see John Schneider. And then all of a sudden it was like I was watching I was on Twitter and they go, yeah, John Schneider supports having Bush not Bush Biden
Oh,
uh impeached. And I'm like, oh, he's a fucking Republican. God damn it.
dang.
But that
What's
makes
with
sense.
these people?
That makes sense. And then the person who won was the cow, and that ended up being Neo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
So, and he was really good. And it was a female cow too. And he played it up and we kept going, maybe it's a drag queen, maybe it's
Mhm.
somebody who dress when you see them, they dress like a girl and then of course they change their voices as well.
Right.
Okay, because sooner or later they're going to have to get Laverne Cox or RuPaul or, somebody on there that you know, it's gonna have everybody fooled. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's see. Yeah, who cares about that? Oh, the holiday baking show we'll talk about later. You saw the end?
I have not seen the end of the holiday one yet.
Oh, God.
I know,
Okay.
but you could talk about it still.
Well, the one person who should have been gone
Mhm.
weeks before ends up winning.
What?
Yeah, Ashley, the kind of disheveled older
Uh,
lady.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she ends up winning. But then on the final one, she really did have the best cake, but it
Okay.
was shocking because I would have gotten rid of her probably week 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Never liked her. I thought she was like skating by.
Um,
Let's see. So this week I watched the Ref
oh
Holiday Inn,
yes.
and by the way, Holiday Inn, if you it's on Prime, you
Mhm.
should go watch that. It's a black and white. It's basically where White Christmas came from, the song White Christmas. And what's kind of cool about it is it's about an inn that is only open on holidays. So it's only open Christmas, it's only open New Year's, it's only open Easter and Halloween, and but they're open on Lincoln's birthday. So they always have musical numbers. So they did the one on Lincoln's birthday in blackface.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
they and the female lead, she had her hair tied in the uh and dreads, but the dreads that stick up.
Oh.
Oh, I
Oh.
mean, I was so offended. It was hard. And then the maid who works there, she's black, and so during the song she's singing to her kids because the song was called Abraham. Um, and so the line one of the lines she's saying was he done freed the darkies,
Oh man.
Abraham. And I'm like, I don't know if I can keep watching this. Okay.
Ugh,
Just, I'm just going to avoid
yeah.
it. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look until this scene's over
Just-
with. And
yeah.
fortunately, the rest of it's fine, but
Okay.
it was really hard. Anyway, uh, also saw Family Stone,
Oh
uh,
yes.
which I love. But are you now you saw that too? So
Yeah, this was the first you kept talking about it, and so this year I said, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and sure enough, I don't know if it's one that I would watch like every year, but I did really like it. It's a really good movie.
yeah, it's one of my yearly ones that I do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I usually watch it late night because of the scene where they're watching Meet Me in St. Louis, the
Oh,
the older daughter, and then the father comes home,
right,
and it's she's singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and it's late night, so it just feels right. I have the tree on while I'm
right.
watching it, and it's just it's a moment,
Yeah.
but I love it. Um, And then Christmas Story today, which I've already finished. I got up early and I couldn't go to the gym, so I watched A Christmas Story. And then last night, which I always watch after Sean goes to bed on Christmas Eve, I watch White Christmas. So,
Aw.
but I did see some new movies as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, at theaters I saw Wonka with Timothy Chalamet.
Really
Yes,
interesting.
and it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prequel to the original Willy Wonka, the Gene Wilder one, not the
Okay.
Johnny Depp one. And you got Slugworth in there, and you got um, just it's just kind of fun. And then you're at the end, you're like going, well, there's got to be a sequel to this because I thought they were going to end it where he shuts down, closes up the factory and doesn't let anybody else in. But that's not where it is. So that's going to probably be number two.
Okay.
So, but anyway, it was beautiful. It's a musical, the same way um, the original was musical. It's not big, although this one has big musical numbers, where
Hmm.
everybody in town just knows all the same steps and they all start dancing. But it's a cute show. Let's see. I saw Joyride, which is about um, it's about these four Asian girls
Oh, yeah. I want to
who
watch that.
who basically are one girl is looking for her real mother, and so they're all Chinese. She's looking for the real mother, and then when it's funny because they get to the place where she was adopted from, and and the woman they're talking to, she goes, "Oh yeah, yeah." She said it was okay to let you know who she is, but I'm sorry, but your mother is Korean. And her friends are like, "Oh no, hell no!" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm not sure why that was funny, but it seemed funny. It was played to be funny."
Yeah.
So that was good, and but it was overall, it's kind of like a girls' trip, um, but with a I was going to say an Asian slant to it, but I'm not going to.
No. You
It's
did
but
though.
just with that, it's I mean, we're talking about uh cultural things, so
Yeah.
that I always find those interesting things I didn't know. I like learning things. Then but it's a cute show. That one's on Stars, only on Stars,
Hmm.
which is funny because I watched Sisu on Stars, and then the two series that I finished up Minx, and I'm just ready to finish up Sunnyvale, and I'm thinking, okay, I can cancel this again now, but then I found Joyride, so and there is
Cool.
one called A Gringo Christmas that I'm kind of interested in. Um,
I saw something about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll see. Um, I saw the new South Park movie. Well, it's a short. It's an hour-long show. And this one is about how well it's there's two things going on. The first thing is all the kids at school are drinking a new energy drink called Cred.
Okay.
So it's like if you're not drinking this, then you've got no cred in school,
Uh,
right? So the whole play on the word.
okay.
And but what it turns out is um, that cred's being pushed by you know by a influencers. So influencers are making the kids drink the cred, and so Randy, Stan's dad, finds out that some influencers are making as much as $10,000 a week, um,
Gee.
and so he's like, "Oh, okay, then I'm going to be an influencer." So he starts making his own videos of him sitting around naked,
Uh,
and so the rest of the show, his dick is hanging out. He's not wearing pants.
oh.
Yeah,
And
because he
do they blur it?
no,
Wow.
no,
Okay.
it's a cartoon penis, and
Well,
it's
obviously.
direct to Paramount Plus, so that's why they don't have to.
Yeah.
But and then what happens is his wife is so tired of him doing this that she goes, "That's it. I'm going to show you that I can do this better than you. So she gets her own channel, her own OnlyFans channel, and she starts doing it and ends up making like much more money than he was
Eh,
because people, men are the ones who go to OnlyFans and they're mostly looking for hot chicks or gay guys looking for other gay
Yeah,
guys. Yeah.
yeah.
So no one wants to see a middle-aged man sitting around with his pants off doing nothing, um,
Huh.
which is what Randy
Are
was
you
doing.
sure?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah. Anyway, it was a funny episode. And then I went ahead and watched Barbie again,
Oh,
which
okay.
which is on Max right now.
Yeah.
And have you seen it?
Not yet. I have it, but
I like the concept of it,
yeah.
and but I think it's like way too long, and I hated the fact that the Mattel people working at Mattel are like bumbling characters. I don't know. It's just it seemed like, I mean, I know it's a kid's toy, but it seems too much to be like a kid's movie at the same time. And then other times it's very dramatic and it's we're learning lessons and shit like it's just it seemed to me it seemed real disjointed and not really the movie that I was hoping to see.
Yeah.
So but it's there's some really good performances. It looks great.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I think that's it for me.
Okay. Well, let's see. So, now, did you watch Percy Jackson?
I did.
So I'm moving that to mutual shows. So I watched that and I was I mean it followed the movie. There's only 2 episodes out so far. It's following the movie like practically just right along. So I mean it's not like there's anything really that new to it, but
But was this the second movie?
no, this was the first movie. Because it's
First
basically
one
all
was
the setup.
the lightning thief was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, this is the Lightning Thief. This is following that,
Okay.
I
Because
think.
he this is where he goes to save his mother in Hades.
Well, yeah, but episode one was where he found out, who he was, and then they set
Well,
up
yeah,
the
that's I know that that one's almost exactly like the movie,
light. Mhm.
but I just don't. Yeah, okay. I know there. How many books? Do you know how many books there were that were
Oh, I have
written?
no idea.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the perfect series. It's kind of like Harry Potter. You
Mhm.
can keep making the movies based on the books. As long as you got new stories, why not?
Yeah. So I really liked it. I thought they did a really good job. The characters are interesting. It moved. It had great pacing. So yeah, even though I felt like I had kind of, like I watched the movies, so I kind of knew what they were doing, it still was really good. So yeah, fun. Definitely watch it. If you like fantasy type stuff, if you like the Harry Potter stuff, I mean, this is
Oh, absolutely,
good.
absolutely. I thought it was just really well made, and yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah. Okay, so um I still sick this week. This is yesterday and today are the first days where I felt like I was somewhat normal. Of course, now my knee's bothering me, but still I feel normal, which is makes me very happy. So I know that I'm still sick. I know I've still got a ways to go, but hey, I'm up and I'm functioning. That's important. I did watch a whole bunch of movies, Christmas movies this time, the last couple days, starting with Muppet Christmas Carol, which, you know what, it didn't even dawn on me until we were done with it. I was done with it that did that they took the song out, and I was ready to fast forward over it, and I didn't have to. It was so nice not having that sloggish song in there.
Yeah,
but it reminded me how good that show is. Then I watched Miracle on 34th Street, the original. I did not watch the other one, and
Garbage.
I don't intend to, even though I think the cast is great, but no, we all know why I don't like it. Um, and then I watched Polar Express, which
Ugh.
was a stinky pile of poo. I liked its little message and everything, and I thought some of the character development was okay, but wow, was it just
Character development.
awful?
There is no character development.
Well, they developed a friendship between like the three leads, like the little kid and then the boy and the girl, and that I think they did pretty well. But the rest of it was just awful, and those elves were so creepy. So
Everybody was creepy in it. The whole
uh,
thing was creepy. I mean, it was made because they had a whole different technology that they were introducing through that movie. The only problem is it wasn't a good movie.
no, exactly, and it just wasn't. Um, then I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas, which is really fun. So definitely don't be like all about that. Go watch it if you haven't seen it, even if it's after Christmas. Go see it anyway because it's just fun. It's got Kevin Bacon in it. It's fun.
Yeah, and it's on both. I think you can see it on both
Yes.
Hulu and Disney Plus. And it's only an hour long, and it's moves well, and I
Yep.
think it was really a smart, they made the movie while they were making the other movie.
Hmm.
I think is hilarious. Why not? You got everybody in makeup. Let's do the second show.
Yep. And it was worth it because it just really is a good film. Um, well, special. I watched Arthur Christmas, which is one you got me into a couple years ago. It is really fun, modern classic, if you ask me. It's a great show.
Well,
Love
there's so many
Actually.
terrible ones right now. So many terrible
Oh, I
Christmas
know.
shows. Like,
I
have
don't
you
even
ever
want to
watched
look
the
at their
the
ads.
elf on the shelf?
No, fuck
No,
no. I
no,
don't like Elf on the Shelf stuff.
I was looking for a gun at the end of that thing. It was terrible. But yeah, a lot of these things are just awful. And Arthur's Christmas is a really sweet movie,
Yep.
and I was really happy. I liked
Yeah.
it.
Love Actually, I actually bought this year because I'm like, I watch this every year. I really still enjoy it. So and it was on sale, so that's always good
Well, why would you buy it? It's on everything.
because I really like it, and so I watched it, and there we go.
Okay.
So, still a very fun show. I know some of its things are supposed to be outdated, blah blah blah. I don't care. I still like it. Um, one of my favorites has come to be one of my favorites is Bad Moms Christmas. I just it is so fun. It's one of those shows where, you know what, if I drank, I would just have a couple shots and just sit and watch that and just laugh my ass off at it. It's so good. Christine Baranski, the whole cast is really brilliant. Susan Sarandon, even though I hate characters like Susan Sarandon's character in it, she does a really good job. So
Who was the
brilliant
other
show. And the stripper guy, the stripper,
Oh yeah, from
uh,
uh
I
just
he is
the what's the name of the show he was on? It was the show where it's always so sad. Um
yeah. Oh,
This is
This
Us.
Is
This is Us.
Us.
Yeah.
He's been on a number of really good shows, and yet I didn't know who he was until he played Murphy Brown's son. But he's so dreamy. Anyway, so that is one of my like top recommendations for a good holiday film. Did you know that Home Improvement is on Disney?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I watched one of their holiday shows this morning.
It was ABC.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Why? Because I was just like, why is this on here? Is it just did what's his name just sell everything that he had to Disney? But that makes sense. Um, I rewatched the Doctor Who specials 1 and 2, just as good this time. as before. And tonight I'm going to be watching the fourth special with the new Doctor, so I can catch up and be up to date on the Doctors. Um, just such a good show. I tried to watch Fred Claus. I got about halfway through it and just went, I don't care if I finish this. I got other things to do. So yeah. Um, Christmas Story and Christmas Story Christmas. I watched both of those back to back, and again, just really well done. I didn't. I can't say that I liked A Christmas Story Christmas better or as much as the original one, but I thought it was a really good tribute to it.
Yeah,
And
I do too. I agree
yeah,
with you on that. I think because if they I knew Darren McGavin had died years ago,
hmm
but I was really kind of bummed that they didn't bring back the mom. But
yeah.
then I found out she wasn't able to work anymore.
I kind of thought maybe that might be.
And it's but that was the only thing I thought it really lacked. I mean,
Mhm.
oh my God, Scott Farkas was
Oh,
so
I
hot.
know.
All I could think about is why isn't Ralphie just going down on Scott Farkas?
Well, yeah, I mean both of them, and of course we have All About Me. It's All About Me podcast. Those boys, especially one of them is just absolutely in love with him and has photos of him that he got to take with him at fan places. It was just yeah, but very attractive men. Um, okay, Family Stone we already talked about. Love it. Heather made me sit through a couple episodes of Bob's Burgers.
Ugh.
I don't get it. I mean, I get it, and for if you just like it, you like it, but I just
There's just something that it's not clicking with me. I don't get it.
yeah,
No, I don't get it. I should
I
like it. I mean, they're quirky characters, but
yeah,
they just kind of make me mad ultimately.
yeah,
Um,
I just did not. And whenever the mother did anything, all I could think of was John Travolta in Hairspray. So I don't know. I just did not care. So there was that. Anyway, what we got here? Okay, it's time for advice with Dear Prudie. With the holiday season upon us, I have a relatively low stakes question for you. For context, I work in a department of a large hospital. Each year we do a Secret Santa gift exchange worth a $20 limit. We turn in the gifts after they're purchased to our manager, who holds on to them until we can come pick them up. The reason I say that is to clarify that there is not a public exchange where we may see what somebody else got. And we are also never told who our Secret Santa was. I think some people share who they had, but for context, I've been with the company for many years and have never found out who had me. Well, the other day, several coworkers were talking, and they were talking about the exchange, and one of them mentioned that she never stays within the limit and always buys more. A couple of the other people echoed the same sentiment and that they find it too hard to stick to the limit. So some years they've spent as much as $100 to $120. I find this problematic because, as a rule, I always try to stick within the limits for these types of exchanges. That way, everything is fair and equal. I don't think I'm the only one. It's a small enough department, though, that a handful of people aren't sticking to the limit. That's a significant amount of the gifts that will be more expensive than others. I don't want to spend $100 on a Secret Santa, but if the culture of the organization is that, I want to know that I can decide if I want to go over the limit or if I should. I am guessing based on the gifts that I've been given over the years that at least once or twice my gift was well above $20 for of small items, but it's so hard to tell. I don't want to give a bad gift, or if somebody finds out the Secret Santa was me, I don't want to be seen as a Scrooge. I wish everybody would play with the rules. What say you?
Well, I agree that if you're going to have a $25 limit or a $20 limit, you should try to stick within that limit.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I mean, you can go a little bit over, but what happens, this is what always happens. The perfect gift for that person that you've got, that you're Secret Santa for, what's the perfect gift, and it's not $20.
Mm.
Especially if you like the person or the person really well.
Uh-huh.
That's but I mean the whole idea is you should really stick within the things, but I think she's just got a little problem here. Yeah, she's going on about this. This is not something to be worried about or writing about, but
Mm.
um I mean ultimately she just doesn't want to pay $100. And that's fine. But you stick with the $20, and since no one knows which gift you got, which I'm sorry, which crappy gift you got,
Uh,
that you're giving away, they're not going to know who it is. Or worse, and believe me, this happens. They all know that everyone sits around and waits to see what crappy gift and who ends up with it. Because it's like, I'm sure it's like, what do we know who this woman's name is? Did they give a name?
Santa in Santa Fe.
Okay, Santa and Santa Fe. Um, they probably go, oh, let's see who's going to get Santa and Santa Fe this year, and then maybe they chip in and get a better gift for that person. They all throw in an extra $5 a piece to enter the contest, and then they get like cash or something. That would be hilarious. But my problem is not so much the Secret Santa thing, although Sean did give a gift that was way over the $25 that it was supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
At least mine was all homemade stuff, even though it was worth a lot. It was
Uh-huh.
still homemade stuff, blunts and you know,
Yeah,
in
your
brownies and shit
Secret
like
Santa
that.
made
So,
out
but
well.
it's nothing I spent money on because I grew my own. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I just think that no, mine is the white elephant gift.
yeah, I
Uh,
know you don't like that. I love that.
well, no, I don't like it because people don't follow the rules. It's supposed to be bad gifts,
Right.
but somebody always does, like, oh, I couldn't figure out anything, so I picked up a bottle of champagne. It's like not a bad gift. That's not a
Right.
bad. You've got to have something crappy. It should have been if you couldn't think of anything, you should have picked up, like, do they still make that strawberry wine? Remember when we were kids?
Boone's
Boone's
Farm.
Farm, yes. Do they still make
I
Boone's
actually
Farm?
really like the Boone's Farm
That would be
strawberry.
hilarious, or a 12 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh my God.
If you got no kind of thoughts at all,
Didn't
that's
you
fine.
have that? This
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and it's Brian and Clint both love it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. But but then you never know. And that's the whole thing.
True.
Like one year we had just opened up a Stephen King movie about giant rats.
Okay.
So everybody at work got giant plastic rats.
Ugh.
So I went around and I collected up 12 of them and put them in a big box and wrapped them up and took them to a party. And I kid you not, the person that opened it, he opens it up, closes it back, and they go, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's a box of rats." And they're going, "No, seriously, what is it?" And he goes, "No, I'm serious." And he pulls it, and there's all these giant rats, right? I mean, they're big rats. They're about, the size of a foot long,
Uh,
that kind of
yeah.
size. And he was happy with them because he had a bunch of dogs and the dogs could play with them. The only problem is they wanted to play with all of them. So his husband got up one night and was walking into the kitchen, and the entire living room was covered in rats. And of course he's not it's 3 o'clock in the morning. He's not thinking, wait,
Uh-huh.
is the plastic rats, or do we, yeah, it's a funny story. But that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hilarious gifts.
Yeah.
I got a tiara one time, and I love it.
Aw.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, that's I always try to think if I See, I've never really been able to do one of those. I think we did one of those like once, and I don't know what the hell I brought, but I love those things, but I've never been able to like be in a group that does them. So, eh.
Well, I mean, with this group, you know what you'd end up with? Something offensive, I'm sure. Something offensive.
Well, I don't want to take Brian home, but
Well, no, but
he's
you know he'd
expensive.
bring something offensive.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to one party and and it was all good gifts. It was a white elephant with all good gifts, and nobody traded. They opened it. Oh, I want this. Yeah. And then the next person would open something else and not trade. Nobody
Oh
would
yeah,
trade.
that's
And it's like, okay, so why don't you just buy gifts for each other? That's what
right.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just, yeah, I'm just, ah, so what did they, Miss Manners say?
Well, the
Or
one
Rudy?
that I did go to, everybody was swapping shit around. So
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah,
the whole thing. It's supposed to be fun and hilarious.
right.
One time I went to one where there's this grocery bag and they opened it up and it was filled with bark from their yard.
Gosh.
It was landscaping bark. And at first they thought it was just shit. It was like a bag of shit. And it's like, oh, no, no, it's just bark. But I remember I took, it's a nipple cream for lactating mothers.
Ooh, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
These people were 18 years old. There was no lactating mother. So,
Uh,
but it was hilarious. It's
yeah,
hilarious.
that
So,
sounds like it. Well, maybe next year we'll have to do something like that. All right. Well, Dear Prudie said, what? $100 for secret on a Secret Santa? How can you have trouble staying within a $20 limit? I've never heard of such a thing. Inflation truly is out of control. Reading this letter again, I'm really wondering, is there any phase in this process where you could be found out for only spending $20? I don't think so, right? You mentioned that the only way the Santas are revealed is if you choose to reveal yourself. If that's the case, and you didn't think your gift was meager before you found out about all these overspenders, I don't see what the problem is. Keep on doing what you're doing and enjoy the super deluxe box of chocolates that the $100 Santa lottery lands on you.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am pretty much a rule. If I went over, if it was a $20 limit and I went over, I'd probably only go over about $10.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's just because ours was 25
Yeah.
last night, but it was a Secret Santa, so it was buying somebody something good.
Yeah.
And Sean's thing was probably $30. Mine was probably $40, you
Yeah.
know. So it's a little bit over, but that's fine. But when we start getting into the hundreds of dollars, Sean, that's where it goes terribly, terribly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey Chubs, this comes from Timothy, and he says, "Hey Chubs, do you go out shopping or have your groceries delivered?"
I've never had groceries delivered. I actually like shopping for food, for
Yeah.
groceries. It's so funny because usually on Tuesdays we get the ads that start on Wednesday for
Mhm.
the different stores, and I go through and I plot out what I'm going to buy,
Uh,
and I go to 3 or 4 different stores and
mhm.
save a ton of money on what I get. It's like, well, I'm getting cucumbers because they're 3 for $1 over at San Miguel, where they're 2 for $1 over at Foods Co. And then I go to Safeway because I can get a New York steak for 4.97
Hmm.
and a pound. And so I'll pick up a max pack of those and I'll freeze up 2 of them and we'll eat 2 of them. And just that kind of that I love it. I love it.
Right. Now, see, if I had a husband who liked to do stuff like that, I would do that type of thing. That's totally my, era. But in the situation that we're in, not so much. So what I do is every 2 weeks, my friend Heather comes over and we go to Winco, and I do big amount of shopping for the 2 weeks. And then when we're running low on staples, there are some things that are cheaper at Walmart, and I have the like the year free delivery Walmart club thing. And so I will order what I need from Walmart and they will deliver it. So that's what I do. Hey Chubs, how proficient are you in current technology?
Yeah,
Yeah.
depends
Enough.
on the depends. I
Yeah.
mean, certain things I'm really good at, other things not so good at.
Yeah, I'm kind of at that yeah, for the most part, like iPhone and stuff like that, I'm pretty proficient, but
Now, do you know
don't
how to
give
do all
me
the different filters and shit for the camera? Sean's really into that.
no,
He,
because my phone doesn't really have that.
oh, that's right. You got an older one. Sorry.
So, but when I get the newer phone, I'll learn all that. But if you give me a Galaxy or something like that to try to help somebody with, I don't fucking get it at
Well,
all.
that's because they're
Android
garbage
is
phones. They're
beyond.
garbage phones.
Yeah, I don't understand Android at all. So yeah, thank you, Timothy, for writing in and offering those questions. What's in your lunchbox? Well, Mr. Moose wrote in and said, Christmas Eve dinner looks a lot like Thanksgiving dinner. Roasted turkey breast, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, but I could eat this every month. You know what? The way that you prepare it, I could eat that every month too. I could eat
Well,
that every week.
I mean, the green bean casserole is just a nightmare. That's me. Okay. But everything else, look how much turkey's on the plate.
Oh, I know.
I
It's
usually get
beautiful.
I get like 2 slices of turkey and that's it. He's got like a half a breast here.
Yeah,
No wonder he wants to
it's
eat
beautiful.
this.
And the stuffing looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks like mine. I'm really
Yeah.
happy about that. But come on, mashed potatoes. That's
Mashed
all the mashed potatoes. See, I always make up more mashed potatoes because I don't have as much turkey as he has. So I guess
Right.
he's going for the protein here. This
Oh
is
yeah.
a muscle gym rat kind of thing to eat.
Oh
He's got bigger
yes.
stuff, but
Nice
he's
one.
got that. He needs some protein there.
Yep, and some pie. But the green bean casserole, I will skip that as well. I will probably pick off some of those crispy little onion
Oh
things
yeah.
on top, but other than that, no, thank you.
Well, you can just eat those as snacks too.
I've seen them, but
I one time made a short the one at Costco. It's like a basically a pillowcase full of them, and I would take them home and I would snack on them, and then Sean would come in and go, "I thought you were going to cook with these," and I go, "No, I'm going to eat them while I cook." That's what I said. You misunderstood me. They're too good. They're too yummy. But look at the and look, there's pepper in the gravy.
I
And
know.
and
Yeah.
it looks like pepper in the mashed potatoes too, which I think you have to do both. That's just me. But yeah, this is gorgeous, just gorgeous. And its turkey looks really good. I wonder if he made the turkey because
Oh,
it's so beautiful.
it
Usually,
really is. It's sliced just
yeah,
gorgeous. Yeah.
just oh
I
my
can
God.
never slice like that. Mine always, well, I usually end up with dull knives, but it just comes off in chunks. So
Yeah, what did you have for Christmas breakfast?
a couple cookies. We're having Chinese food for in actually about 40 minutes or so. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
I just have kind of saved up.
I had fish sticks.
Oh, that sounds lovely though, if you're Catholic. Well, it's not a Friday, but
Yeah, but I had fish sticks and oh, I made a ham last night because we were going to eat it
saw that.
today. Oh, yeah, I sent you the thing. Yeah, so I got a torch for the kitchen, and because I had a brulee torch that was bullshit. It was bullshit. This thing, they say, sure, you can use it to when you're cooking, but it's also you can light a campfire with it. It was just it's a propane tank connected to it, and it's like fire. It's like just fire coming out of
It
this.
looks really neat.
Yeah, it was really fun doing it last night. But yeah, We had a good time with that.
Cool.
Now I'm hungry. I didn't take any pictures of food. All the food that at the party, I didn't take any pictures of any of the food. I didn't take pictures of any of the meal last night, and yeah, nothing. I did
Yep.
take pictures of my grapefruit rinds and the Hello Dollies. I did take those pictures.
Oh, cool.
That's it. It's just weird. It's not like me.
Oh, well, I doubt it's important for me to take pictures of Chinese food, but we'll see what's up.
Yeah, what'd you order?
I am looking up the restaurant to order now. It probably walnut shrimp and sweet and sour pork, and then fried rice wontons. Mr. Lurie Dean likes those, and my mom loves the walnut shrimp. So
Yeah, which restaurant do you go to?
I don't. I was actually, goodness, Mr. Nephi is dinging me. I was actually looking that up right now.
Oh, okay.
It,
We always go to Shanghai Gardens.
Shanghai Garden. Oh, that they are open. Shanghai Garden. Where is that?
Yeah, that's Alhambra and something. Alhambra, and it's past the Safeway on Alhambra. You go down about 4 blocks more, and it's there.
Okay.
But
Well,
you,
okay, Oh, yes, McKinley Square. Oh, they are so.
yes, that's right.
I love that place.
Yeah.
Love it. If
The honey walnut shrimp is exceptional there.
yes,
That and
everything is exceptional there.
they make a egg foo young too. That's the best that I've ever had.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if they deliver, because I would love to order from there today.
They are pricier than some of the
Yes,
other.
they are, but you know
But
what? It's worth it.
worth it, and it's Christmas.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all
Oh.
so much for joining us for our Christmas Day, and we will. Oh, let's Golden Rule Services want to remind you about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. And to learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. And find Tom's other podcasts at swannerandjudd.com. Find my books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild, and give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes. And we hope that you have had a wonderful holiday season, and we will catch you on New Year's Day.
That's right. We'll be back for New Year's Day.
Hey. All right. We love you. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.